Hey guys, my name is Jen Carrasco. I am a serial entrepreneur, founder of many six-figure businesses. I am also a skincare creator, an IFBB pro athlete that is extremely passionate about helping entrepreneurs grow their business and, most importantly, helping you and everybody else to own their shit. Welcome to Own Your Shit, the podcast. This is the show where we stop the comparison cycle, we eliminate the need for a secret sauce, and realize that the faster we own the way we stand in our own way, the faster and shorter the route is to creating that life we all crave. So, with that being said, now let's own your own shit. Hey guys, welcome to Own Your Shit with Jen Carrasco. Before we start this, like everything else, I want to ask you to rate, review, and share. Let's get this knowledge out there. Let's get people to start owning their shit and understanding things and actually dialing in and giving you the truth about daily shit than listening to all the fake news that's out there on everything else, right? So today we're going to dive in deep, literally deep. We're going to dive into a pore size deep. So if you've followed me for a long time, you know that I tend to go in and out of business, education, beauty, nutrition. It's kind of, they're all my fortes, they're all my hobbies, and it's my passions, and it's something that I like to share. So today we are going to talk about pore size. I get a lot of complaints from people and a lot of questions. It literally ranks up there with anti-aging and acne. It's how do I shrink my pores? How can I get my pores smaller? It's the biggest question. And I get that with adolescent, younger, and I get it with older aging. And there's two different absolute scenarios when we're looking at large pores in both of those realms. So I'm going to explain them to you today so you understand. Now, our pore is there to have a hair follicle, but we also have this little sebaceous gland that produces oil through the follicle, right? And that's how we tend to get either an ingrown hair, or we get acne in there, or we get blackheads, or whatever it may be. That is your pore, right? So let's go on to the anti-aging aspect of large pores. Now, the reason why we get larger pores as we age is because we're losing our collagen and elastin. Collagen and elastin is what plumps up our skin tissue to make our pore not be so visible. We're starting to age, therefore we're starting to sag, which then again is creating our pore to look larger than what it is. Okay. So how do we combat that? How do we help that? Well, there's procedures out there that you can get done. There's microneedling, there's peels, there's microdermabrasions. I'm going to hop into the laser realm, but I'm going to do that a little later. And I'm going to caution you with that, right? I'm even going to caution you with the retin A. And there's a reason why I caution you. Now, peels, microdermabrasions, needling, things like that superficially, I think are phenomenal. They're going to help your collagen and elastin. But another thing you really need to look at is, I just did a podcast on bone broth, right? Bone broth is great for collagen and elastin, but bone broth will not help and it will not work if you do not have adequate protein in your diet, okay? Adequate protein in your diet, all of the other stuff is like a huge key factor. And you see the longevity of your pores being nice and voluptuous and healthy and beautiful long-term. Okay. Let's go into the adolescent oily acne realm. It doesn't even have to be adolescents. I have clients that are in their 50s with oily skin that have larger pores, and it drives them crazy. So our pores are definitely gifted by genetics, right? They're genetically modified to be whatever they're going to be from our ancestors. So if you have oily skin, you need to do things to combat the oily skin, right? So the beautiful thing about having oily skin is you get to save money on moisturizers. You don't need moisturizers. The sebum that you're producing, which is the oil, is the lubrication for the tissues of your skin to stay hydrated. Do not put moisturizer on your skin if you have oily skin. Do not. Because it will make it worse and your pores will seem larger because they're constantly being filled with oil. Okay. I would make sure that you're using a pH balanced cleanser, not an oil cleanser, nothing that is thick or anything that is going to clog your pores. I even suggest like a glycolic cleanser, something with a little bit of an acid or acidic, just to strip out a little bit of the superficial oil in the pores. That will always make your pores appear a lot smaller. So those are the two different wavelengths. Some people are like, I'm really oily in my nose. Well, don't put moisturizer in your nose. Watch those pores start to dissipate because they won't look as large, because they won't be filled with the goop that you're putting on your skin. Now, I want to clear up a huge wives' tale that's been out there forever. And I see this actually with a lot of estheticians, like they steam my skin to open up my pores, blah, 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 blah. That's freaking BS. There's no way your pore can open and close, because your pore size can definitely hydrate and plump up a little bit, just like your skin gets pruny, right? But there's no way for that pore to just open up because of steam to where you can do extractions, right? You can do extractions with not warm skin versus heated skin. It doesn't matter. The reason why people tend to use warm towels or steam to heat the skin up is because it loosens up that crustation of the sebum. And that's what the blackhead is. Blackhead is just oil that is trapped. So it tends to loosen that up to get it up easier. So wives' tale, nothing's going to open, close your pores. It's not going to happen. If somebody tells you that, they don't know what the fuck they're talking about, and they probably should go back and educate themselves a little bit more. So I'm done with that rant. So let's go in a little bit on retin-A's and laser of what I want to talk about. So if you go into a clinic, a lot of times they're going to say, oh, we can do a laser. It's going to shrink the pore, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, it's going to shrink your pore because it's going to cause inflammation in your skin, right? Inflammation in your skin is going to produce wound collagen and elastin. Wound collagen and elastin, for the time being of the 2 or 3 months, is going to make your skin look amazing. But the downturn is you're damaging the tissues of your skin. It's only going to last for 2 to 3 months. And then it's going to go back to normal, if not get worse, because now you just damaged your own collagen and elastin that's under your skin. Get it? I do not recommend lasers. Another thing with laser is, if people don't understand this, is that it will kill fat pockets. With killing fat pockets, you lose your plumpness in your skin, your volume, your hydration, right? We want that in our skin, especially as we get older. We want the plumpness in our skin to stay hydrated. Now, retin-A's. I did a podcast on retin-A's, so I highly recommend to you to go back and check out that podcast on retin-A's. It dives in a little bit deeper. But retin-A over a period of time will sensitize your skin. It actually promotes wound collagen and elastin, and it will also thin the tissues of the skin over a period of time, which you do not want as you age. There's different forms of vitamin A you should be doing, definitely should be doing, but it's not a retinol that you can get from your doctor or any type that's going to constantly be exfoliating your skin because you're constantly inflaming your skin. Imagine eating something you're allergic to and you're doing it over and over and over. What is going to happen to your skin or your body? It's going to start breaking down. It's the same thing with our skin tissues. We need to keep them voluptuous, hydrated, and happy. We don't need to irritate the shit out of them to where they're constantly being inflamed. That is the number one key to anti-aging. Number one. So now that my rant is done, I am going to go over 10 tips that I recommend for producing long-lasting effects with your skin. Number one is you always make sure you're using a natural pH cleanser. That way it balances with your skin. You're not making it acidic and you're not making it overly acid. Next one is if you have oilier skin or in your T-zone, any area, no cream. You do not need it. Next thing is a lot of clients say, I can't wash before I go to bed. I'm tired, or I went out, or I did this and I don't have it. Well, those are just fucking excuses. You're going to come in, you're going to tell me you want your pores smaller, you want this and that, but you won't put in the work. You need to clean your skin before bed every single night. No questions answered or asked. My brain's going somewhere else. Sorry. Okay. Avoid heavy oil-based makeup or oil-based moisturizers. They wreak havoc for your skin. I know all these girls want to put on this thick makeup and they think they look great. And, you know, some of them do because some of them know what they're doing. Others, it just looks like cake face. And I'm being honest and upfront. But you are doing a serious damage to your skin. A lot of the clients that I have come into my clinic with acne is because they're using some type of makeup that is just horrible for their skin. The next thing is that if you want to use a moisturizer, make sure it is an extremely light moisturizer. No cream. Okay. Stay away from that. Unless you're anti-aging and you have dry skin, then we need to work on stimulation of the collagen and elastin from underneath. So how do we do that? Well, we use products that have niacinamide in them. All of my line has niacinamide. We use great vitamin C's, not vitamin C's that were going to burn your skin. You want vitamin C's that are actually going to go in there and help to plump and penetrate. You want to use more like hyaluronic acid treatments, things like that. If somebody says, oh, I have a collagen cream or a collagen oil, they're feeding you bullshit. There's no way you can put collagen in your skin. You actually have to internally ingest collagen for it to work. Hence, that's why I talk about the bone broth and making sure that your protein is adequate in your body. So as you're aging, you need to make sure that you do all these extra steps. Needling is great. Microdermabrasion is great. Getting some peels are great. No smoking. It reduces the blood flow in your skin. And I want to talk about sunscreen. So not the sunscreen you can go to the store and buy that clog the pores that have all the damn freaking chemicals in it, right? You want a sunscreen that is mineral based. My sunscreen has a UVA and a UVB in there. A lot of people do not understand that the rays of the sun will burn your skin, but the rays of your light and your computer screen and your mobile phone will actually age your skin. Okay. The sun will age your skin, but the lights from your phone and your computer will actually age the cell. And then it starts to damage and you will age your skin faster. Sunscreen is a must. UVA, UVB, titanium, mineral-based sunscreen. Next next tip. Tip of the day. Let's talk about dairy. No dairy. Limit your dairy consumption. That would be cheese, even like yogurts, things like that. Dairy will boost your insulin levels. Dairy will promote your growth factors in your body and boost your insulin levels. Boosting your insulin levels will boost your oil production. And boosting oil production will secrete through your pores and get trapped and make your pores larger than what they are, or seem larger than what they are, because they would be filled with oil. Dairy is a no-no. Cheese is a no-no. I always say, if you're going to have like yogurt, make it extremely minimal. Do not do that much. Another thing is sweets. I am a huge sweet person, but sweets will spike your insulin. Okay. There's ways to go around some of these little things. Like, for instance, like dark chocolate, making sure that it has a high fiber content, so it balances it out a little bit. And that definitely goes into the nutrition aspect. When you understand a little bit of how to balance your insulin levels, you won't get the secretion so much to where your pores show it, or you tend to get the blackheads more. So that is my spiel for the day. So large pores are a natural byproduct of having oily skin. But guess what? Oily skin is a beautiful thing because it hydrates the tissue and you don't age faster. So it helps you from not drying out. You're blessed. Say thank you. You're welcome. With that, have an amazing day, you guys. Please rate, like, review, share it, get it out there, get some knowledge dropped on people, let them understand what the real deal is. And with that, I'm making everybody own their shit, and have a phenomenal, phenomenal week, you guys. Bye. Well, guys, that's a wrap for another episode of Own Your Own Shit. Now that this is half the battle, owning your shit allows you the freedom to create something even better in your life. Getting out of your own way, it doesn't have to be lonely. Making sure to follow me for more advice. Follow me on every social media platform at Jen Carrasco. My Instagram is Jen Carrasco with 2 underscores. Find me on Facebook at the same name. And of course, share the episode with friends who need some help in the tough times, and typically helping them to own their shit. So with that being said, see you guys next week.